Okay, let's look at adding some glass to our awning now. I'm going to close off a few of these drawings that I have set up here, just to end some of our clutter. We've got a lot of things going on here. Probably leave that one on. And I'm going to click out to our awning. Our reference level is useless, so I'll close that off. We'll go to view one. And I haven't assigned any materiality to these, so let's go ahead and do that right away. So I'm going to go to category and by category, and I'm going to create a new material. And I'll right click on that and rename it rib material. And let's just give it a tone, just a lighter grayish in case it's a metal. I won't give it a shiny metal finish on account of it won't render very well unless we do ray traced rendering. So that's fine for a start for our rib material. And let me make sure I select all of these and assign them that value. Okay, and now we'll go to a front view of this. Let me just scroll around here. And let's look at adding some glass. So I'll come up to the top, and I'm going to zoom way in because I'm going to make something that's thin. And many times when we make an extrusion that's thin, the Revit will put up a real fuss if it's not able to be drawn on the screen. So right now it's giving me a problem because it's looking for a working plane. And so maybe we'll just swap to the front view. That'll be for sure. I was in a model view, so I swapped over to the front view, and it won't give us any problems with that, I think. Maybe it will. So let's set a working plane. Let's pick a plane, and we'll just pick the rib plane. And now it'll be fine with that. So I use set plane, and I use pick a plane. So let me do that again. Set plane, pick a plane, and I use that front surface of the rib as the drawing plane. And so I'm sorry I went through that so fast. So now we're going to extrude a piece of glass out. We're going to make our glass panels 2 feet wide. And I'll zoom way in here and make them a 1/2 inch thick. I can't see my other drawing here, so let me, once I complete this, excuse me, I'll go back and just check this to make sure that that's right. I got to grab this end, and this should be 2 feet. Whoops. Not 24 feet. 24 inches. And we'll complete that. We'll give that a material, and what we can actually do is just type in glass, because that's known. That's a known material. And we're going to move it, start to move it in place. We don't exactly know how long the extrusion is. It's 1 foot long, but we obviously need it to be longer than that. And I'll go to our view, and I'll just swing around to the top so we can see what we've got here. I'll select this so that, oops, that our bars show up. I'll just start to stretch this out. And I'll pull it all the way back to our reference line. And I'll pull this one up to our reference line. We'll just take a peek to see what we're doing here. There we go. So we have our glass in place, our first piece. And now it's just a matter of copying a bunch of them over and rotating them as we do. So I'm going to grab the glass. I'm going to use the copy command. I'm going to grab the corner and move it to the next corner. And then I'm going to use the rotate command. And I'm going to use the place the center of rotation and grab down at the bottom corner, come over to this corner, and then just kind of rotate down until it looks like it's just touching the surface of that metal. And that's good. And I must have had a copy on, so I have a copy, so I'm going to delete that. Next time I won't do that. I'm going to grab the move tool again, and I'm going to take it off of moldable, come down at the bottom and move it over to the corner of that one. Use the rotate tool, turn off copy, make sure I place the rotation back at this corner again, hold down the scroll button while I slide over, and then grab that corner and slide it down, and then keep repeating. Grab this corner, move it to the next corner, and that'll be the last one we put in place. And I'll rotate that down. And now we've got 3 extra panels here, so I'm going to make a box around all of those and mirror them to the other side using my mirror tool. And I think I'm happy with that. So I will save it and load it into the project. Click OK, overwrite our existing file, and we'll go to the full model view to see what it looks like when we placed it. All right, so in the next clip, we have our glass in place. In our next clip, we'll look at adding some curb or gutter to catch that water that would come off of that. And we'll do that next.